We've got a preview of what is going to happen tomorrow with the congressional testimony of fired FBI Director James Comey. He just released his opening statement, and, well, there's a little something for everyone, according to Judge Napolitano. I am joined right now by the co-director of the pro-Trump PAC Great America Alliance, Eric Beach. Eric, good to have you on the show.
Thanks, Trish.
You know, I know you've looked through this. What is your first reaction to what you saw in these 7 pages?
I really have three thoughts on it. One, you know, we talked about the president being investigated, and obviously Comey said on three separate occasions that he was not. But I also look at some of the media leaks that were out there coming into this, trying to frame this testimony already in advance, that said that, you know, James Comey was going to say he never told that to the president. So one, again, it's, you know, the media jumping ahead of it, trying to frame a discussion that's just not there, much like many other times that they've done that since November 8th. Number two, in terms of, you know, the asking for loyalty, you know, any boss is going to ask the FBI director, but let's set the table on that. The FBI director was under much stress and from both sides of the aisle. Harry Reid had asked him to resign, you know, in November. Many Democrats did. Even some Republicans talked about that post-election. So I think really Donald Trump was asking, you know, the director, you know, is this somewhere where you want to be? Because I want to make sure that this is something that, you know, when I railed against in the campaign
about government. That's an interesting point, Eric. You know, sometimes we lose sight. You get so caught up in the daily news cycle and the minute by minute what happened. But if you go back to that moment in time, James Comey was certainly under a tremendous amount of pressure. And let's not forget, Eric, he was hated by both sides, right?
He was, and we just went through years of, you know, government agency overreach. I mean, we saw the IRS do the same type of thing where, you know, we've questioned our government agencies for their overreach. And, you know, Mr. Comey, right or wrong, was in that political, you know, mindset during the election in the last several months. And so, you know, if he's going to be a political figure, I think, you know, the president has the right to tell him, hey, is this somewhere where you want to be? Because I need to size you up to understand whether or not I want you to be part of my team in effect and serve out your term.
So let me play devil's advocate here with you and just talk about how Comey's saying that, you know, some of this was a little unsettling, and he actually used the word, quote, concerning. So he had some reservations about this relationship with the president. But, you know, on the other side of that is the fact that you would think you would have that naturally given this so-called cloud of Russia. And, you know, the president wants it gone, and your job is to figure out what the heck happened. And I would think whoever was and is in that position is going to struggle to a certain extent with that, won't they, Eric?
Well, yeah, but it was a two-way street. I mean, I think the president was probably a little bit uncomfortable with Mr. Comey entering the political arena as well, whether it was to his benefit or not for his benefit during the election. And so, you know, again, when we have unelected bureaucrats that are, you know, serving in a political capacity and maybe doing a little bit of overreach, you know, that is something that we should question. You know, Donald Trump was elected by the voters, and that's who he serves, is the voters and, you know, really the entire country. So I think, you know, this whole thing really is a nothing burger. And from my standpoint, it's something that has been hyped up, and I think once tomorrow occurs, what we're going to do is really start focusing on the Trump agenda.
Eric Beach, thank you so much. Good to have you here.